So behind me here we have the latest S1 Max from Kukirin. We're going to take it out of the box, have a look at the scooter, see what the initial quality looks like. So the box is actually quite small, like my dog here, and you just need to obviously always be careful. What we have here is we have the handlebars. So of course straight away you can actually notice there is no brake levers on this. So I'm assuming this is the accelerator and this one is electronic braking. Maybe you can also put your foot on the footrest to also brake, but they are quite small. Might look big on camera, but yeah, quite small. And then charger wise, we have a, let's just take a look, very small charger. Only a 1.5 amp hour output on this. So not a lot. It is a 36 volt battery, so again, not a big battery, but not much of a deal breaker for a scooter like this. We also have some screws here and an Allen key. These are used actually to absorb moisture, so they're quite handy if you need to store things outside. So definitely hang on to these. This is a one-person lift. There we go. Piece of cake. Wow, this is actually really small in height. I mean, did I get the right scooter? Because it's very small. If you just take a look here, let me just put the connector on. Now I haven't screwed the handlebars on yet. For reference, I'm 5'8". Take a look at how low that is actually. So if you're really tall, skip the scooter altogether. I've reviewed most of the Kukirin scooters already. It's definitely smaller than expected. Of course, you have your standard folding mechanism here, which actually seems okay. The weight of the scooter is very light. You of course have solid wheels. Now, solid wheels, to be honest, I don't like. There was only one scooter that I liked, and that was the Varla Pegasus that had solid wheels. It is what it is at the end of the day. I'm still going to test it. One good thing is that you do get Loctite on the screws. Some manufacturers don't actually supply screws with Loctite for some reason, so that's actually a really good thing. Let's have a look at the speed on this model. Let's do a speed test. GPS, we are at a full charge. Can it get up to, well, it says 30 km/h top speed. I highly doubt it's going to be able to do that, so we'll see what we can get up to. Bit of headwind. 22 km an hour, 23 km an hour, 24 km an hour, 25 km an hour. It says 26 on the display. So there we go, 25 km/h top speed on the S1 Max. So as you can see, it struggled getting up to that 30 km/h speed. 25 km/h is what I got with this model. That's all I expected, to be honest. I didn't expect speeds of 30. It's just ain't gonna happen. The next test I done was a hill test. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so you're at hill number 1. My feet are already starting to get fatigued. Okay, let's see if we can get a run up. Here we go, hill number 1. Can this peak? Apparently 500 watt motor gets up a hill. As you can see, vibrations. Scooter's actually slowing down even after I got a run up. Kind of still pulled me up. We're going 10 km an hour, 9 km an hour, getting steeper. 8 km an hour. 8 km an hour, 7 km an hour. Okay, pretty pathetic at hill performance, to be honest. Right, let's go to my second hill, just around the bend, a bit more steeper. Let's get a run up to see if it can do it. Over a bump again. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go. Second hill. Can I pull us up? Slowing down. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Should just about get us up. Struggling. We're on 3 bars. Woohoo, just about got us up that hill. Now the rear motor on this is 350 watts. It's very poor. it's not going to get you up a lot of hills, so don't bother. If you have the slightest hill in your area, this scooter ain't going to get you up there. Next test I done was a brake test, which was very interesting. Okay, so let's actually do a brake test on this model. Now, I am very nervous on solid wheel scooters. Whoa, okay. If you didn't see that on camera, you see these grooves in the roads, the way their lines are vertical. I almost slipped, which is my own fault because I wasn't watching, I was watching my phone. The scooter almost actually slipped out. So if you can, go in an area and avoid the vertical lines that has the horizontal lines, which is better because you won't actually slip. But let me get up to top speed and have a look what the brakes can do. This doesn't have any mechanical brakes whatsoever, only has electronic braking and the rear footrest. So we're going top speed now, so let's hit the brake, see if we can stop. Oh, whoa, dear God, that was terrible braking. I don't expect much. Let me try it again, but this time let me use also the back footrest to see if it's a little bit better. So we're going nearly top speed. 1, 2, 3. Whoa. Oh God, whoa. Okay, it's not convenient using that back footrest. In fact, it's ridiculous to use that back footrest. Okay, so let me go down a steeper hill and let's try and do a brake test. I'm very nervous doing basically testing like this on a scooter that has this type of spec. There's a tractor behind me. So let me just get down to the end of this hill and let me see. Okay, so let's say in an emergency situation, can you stop on this very quick? Whoa. Okay, we're going 28 kilometers now. We're going down that hill. Let's go. So I was using the back footrest there and the electronic brake, and thankfully we're okay. Let's do another brake test if we're going down the hill. Let's do electronic braking only. Oh jeez, this is terrible. Oh my God. Okay, brake test. Oh my goodness. So as you can see there, the brakes on this is just of course the electronic braking on the left and that footrest on the back there. It's very dangerous and it makes me quite nervous riding this electric scooter. And there's so many issues with this electric scooter. For one, it's tiny. 36 volt, 10 amp hour battery with a range of up to 39 kilometers. Realistically, you're not going to get that. If you're going the higher speed of that 25 kilometer hour, you may be pushing 10 kilometers or maybe 15 kilometer per charge. When it comes to stability, it's awful. And on this scooter, you have these 8-inch, they are proper solid rubber wheels, this very small deck space and zero suspension in my opinion. Solid wheels. This is said to have some sort of rear suspension. To be honest, it's pointless. It doesn't do anything at all. Pretty weak. Vibrations are pretty bad coming through my body, my legs. Doesn't have a bell either. But how am I supposed to tell people I'm coming? Okay, so let's go again. Let's have a look at the handling on kind of bumpy surfaces like this. No suspension, pure solid tires throughout. Very narrow handlebars. Again, no bell. Can't warn people that I'm actually coming. Definitely don't take the scooter in wet weather if you do end up buying it. So we're on a bit of a bumpy surface here. I cannot feel suspension. It's meant to have a hidden rear suspension, but there is basically nothing there. And already I'm only on the scooter a few minutes and I'm already getting pains through my feet. If you just take a look here, you can see literally, maybe if you look closely, even even my dog doesn't like the scooter. This, it's just zero travel, zero comfort. It vibrates, the vibration comes up through your body. You get a headache, you'll get fatigue, especially on your feet and coming through your legs. So I don't have a lot of good things to say about this. It looks as well, the frame is ridiculously small. Handlebars are not nice. It just doesn't tick any boxes for me, to be completely honest. There is scooters that I will suggest in a minute, but let's keep going. So of course there's that electronic brake in there, which is ridiculous. And to turn on the scooter, you simply hold down this button here, then it just comes on. You have a standard display that's quite difficult to see. You can't really change any settings on this, by the way, so I'm not sure if you can see that on camera, but anyway, to change your gears, you simply just press this button here. It cycles through gears 1, 2 and 3, and then of course you can just double tap it to turn on your lights. It does display the voltage, which is actually quite nice. At the moment it's 26.8 volts. You have this hook here that's used to lift the scooter in the back. Grips are actually not too bad on this scooter, but the handlebars are very, very narrow, so no comfort there whatsoever. Stem is very, very small and narrow, and if you actually take a very, very close look here, you can see these welds. The first thing I noticed when I took it out of the box, are very, very messy. With the vibrations on the scooter, that weld's gonna snap and you're gonna have an accident. So that is very, very, that's a safety concern to the extreme. Rear brake, as they call it, very, very poor. Motor is poor. Suspension is non-existent. Very uncomfortable. But to be honest, after riding the scooter, I have a feeling I know why Kukirin designed this. So let me tell you. Basically, this scooter is around 300 euros. Would I suggest buying it? No. It nearly fell over there. Would I suggest buying it? No, of course no, because of all those safety concerns. Now, there is a thing in marketing called upselling. Normally, you would be recommended a cheaper product that has lower spec. So then for like 100 or 200 euro extra, let's just say for argument's sake, you could upgrade to the G2 version 2 from Kukirin that I reviewed a little while ago, which is actually quite decent, quite a good upgrade. That's where this scooter comes into play. Definitely avoid it if you want a starter scooter from Kukirin, and it has to be from Kukirin. Go with the G2 version 2. I think it's a fantastic scooter to start with. Of course, always wear your helmet and just be careful. So to cut a long story short, avoid the S1 Max and just choose something else. It is what it is at the end of the day.